Hi, welcome back to Donna's Kitchen. Today we're going to be working with the original flavor of the cooking cream, Philly cooking cream. This can lend itself to any recipe. It's can go to savory or sweet. Today I'm going to be working with a dessert that I'm going to call peach cream pie. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with the peaches. I have two 29-ounce cans of peaches that I've thoroughly drained. We're going to add those. And then we have two beaten egg yolks that I've already mixed and beaten well. And then we have some almond extract, and that's a half a teaspoon. And then we have some cornstarch, and that's a tablespoon and a half. And then we have a cup of sugar. So we're going to mix all this. This is the filling. And before we finish it off, we're going to add the cooking cream. And that's the start of the show, and that's what's going to make it good and creamy. I'm going to save this lid because you'll see I'm going to save actually my whole container because I have something I want to do with it at the very end. It smells so good. I love that this is so spoonable. You don't have to wait for it to melt and get soft. You can just grab it out of the refrigerator and go with your recipe. So this is going to make the filling nice and creamy. And you need one uncooked pie shell. I used a 9-inch pie plate. You could use a 10-inch too. So you mix that in. Okay, it's nice and mixed. Now, since this is live and I don't know if I have enough or too much, we're just going to kind of eyeball it. And it looks like we do because we have to still add our topping on after this bakes. So we'll just make a little mini pie here too. Anyway, this is going to go in a 400 oven, and we're going to bake it off and bring it back out, put the topping on, and I'll show you how we do that in just a moment. So I'll be back. Okay, on to phase 2 of the pie. While the pie's baking, it's at 400 for 30 minutes, and I made a little mini pie on the side too. Now we're going to make a streusel topping that'll go on after, and then it'll bake some more. So what you do is you start with cold butter, and this is 4 tablespoons that I've cut up in little pieces. And then I've taken a half a cup of brown sugar. And then I've taken a half a cup of flour. And now we're going to just use a pastry blender to cut these into each other to make like a crumbly top. So when the pie comes out, then we'll put this on top, put it back in, let it bake for another 20 minutes. And then the pie will be done. And I'll get to show you how it turns out. So basically this is what you're looking for to look like about the size of a pea is what you want the butter to look like when you're finished. So there we go, streusel topping ready to go. I'll stick that in the fridge because I want the butter to stay cool. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, we're back and the pie's come out. It's time to put the topping on. And you can see it started to set up nice. Here's my little baby pie. Well, my hands are nice and clean. I just washed them. We'll just put some of this topping on, sprinkle it on. And then I've turned the heat down too in the oven. It was at 400, it's now down to 375. And this is going to cook for approximately 15 minutes 10 to 15 to 20. Since I've never made this before, that's just an approximation, but I'll be able to tell, and of course it'll be written in the recipe instructions when I post this online. So here's the topping. We'll do this one. And I'm also going to take and put, you can see my pie crust, and my husband will show that in just a minute, is getting brown around the edges. Now if you don't have one of these little pie crust covers, you can use a piece of tin foil, cut it and wrap it around, and that keeps the crust from getting too brown, because you can see it's starting to brown, especially on the edge here. So what I'm going to do is then just put this, and I'll show you, around the edge, so that'll keep it from browning. So this will go in the oven 10 to 15 more minutes, or I should say from 10 to 20 minutes. And when it looks done, I'll pull it out, we'll bring it out, cut it, and I'll show you what it looks like, and I'll tell you what it tastes like. Be back. Bye-bye. Okay, we're back, and the pies are out of the oven. Here's the one that is the largest of the two, of course. And it's our peach cream pie. And I have my little mini one here that I'm going to take a taste of. But do you remember when I told you I wanted to save the cooking cream container? I had an idea for something that I thought would be nice as a topping. I'm going to make what I think is my own creme fraiche. So I have some heavy whipping cream here. And I'm just going to add maybe a teaspoon of cream, and there's a little bit of the cooking cream, the original flavor, left in there, and I'm just going to shake that around really well. And take my little brush here and stir it around, and then just put a little dollop in the middle here. Okay, so let's try this. The best part is always the taste. It looks good, the peaches are nice and creamy. It smells delicious, but I'm sure it's really hot. Oh my goodness. That is really good. The crispy topping with the creaminess of the Philadelphia cooking cream paired with the peaches, and then that little bit of creamy topping that I made with the Philadelphia cooking cream with a little bit of whipping cream. That really topped it off well. Well, I'm going to bid you farewell so I can go ahead and enjoy this, and I hope you will take time to enjoy some yourself. Thank you for coming to my kitchen. I look forward to seeing you when we do the Santa Fe week. Bye now.